to. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
And down he'll go at the 25.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. We'll get that to Charbonnet. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
A give for Walker running right. We'll get this to about the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Running left is Walker. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 40 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Here's Darnold. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Nice little juke. But he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Penix. And complete to Drake London. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Penix going to hold on to it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Robinson on a give right side. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game.
Bijan Robinson, 30 yards. And the Falcons are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Off of play action, Darnold, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Now Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
On the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8. Faking the give, Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Zach Charbonnet taking it in for a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Now Penix.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
As Shaheed going to go in motion. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 95 yards rushing for it as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Again, it's Walker. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Second and 7 from the 20.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll throw with Penix. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Looking to throw, Penix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To the air, Penix. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll get this one to Cobb complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Play action. It's Darnold. It gets this complete to Shaheed. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They work now on 2nd and 9. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Darnold to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
They're going to look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix
Keeping it himself from 5 yards out.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Oh, a heck of a move.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've got to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And Walker has it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Darnold. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And Darnold going to slide to the ground here, but not before he does pick up the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Darnold now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
At the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Darnold from the gun. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Just more of the same here. It's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another first down.
Here's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Three quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A 35-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Escaping a tackle at the 25. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Over the middle, caught by London. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Penix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Penix. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On the bootleg, it's Penix. That one deep for London. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Lenny, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly. You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now it's Darnold. And complete to Smith and Jigba. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they'll indeed take a knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Darnold. But a man, and he hits him in stride. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, Walker. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Looking to throw, Penix. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. Now Penix going to hold on to it. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.